What is up, party people? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to go over why nice agents lose all of their deals. But first, we're going to delete this last stream because I accidentally made the wrong setting. Other than that, we're about to fucking party hard. So, welcome if you're new here. If you're a normal viewer, welcome back. It's always good to have you. Let's go to your videos, delete this real quick, and we are good to fucking start. Break out the whiteboard again today. Live, cool. Yeah, we're gonna delete this one. Delete forever. Yes, delete. Fantastic, let's get this party kicked off. YouTube live control panel. Boom. No data, what is this? Dun, 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 dun. Why is OBS always messing up? I swear. Join the live chat. Fantastic. Cool. Refresh page, chat, test. All right, we are live. So you know what? We're just gonna kick this show. Let's go into it. So here's why nice agents and being a nice guy, gotta be a nice guy, cost you a shit ton of deals that you otherwise you should have fucking closed. All right, my dear friend. So as always, I've got some very beautiful visuals I'm gonna draw out for you, install some good beliefs into your brain. I'm gonna hypnotize you and do some fun shit. So if you're watching this, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know who's hanging out with me on this beautiful Thursday. I'm in the middle, built an appointment booking bot today. We've already sold 150 copies of my new book, and I plan on this being a bestseller by the end of the week. So really exciting stuff going on. The fuck is going on outside? Screaming like girls. Okay. Anyways, let's draw out the handy dandy whiteboard. My amazing wife likes to leave me these beautiful letters. Love seeing that. So what's the problem with being nice? A lot of agents think they have to go in there and build rapport and ask you about bullshit fucking pictures on the wall. That's simply not the case. In fact, if it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it must be a fucking insurance agent. You see, you don't want to be lumped in by guiltiness of association. And so if you even remotely resemble an insurance agent or something that triggers a negative experience or connotation that's drawn by association and affinity to other experiences and other agents that they have had, experiences they've had with other agents, it's not going to go very good with you. Meaning, have you ever had someone call you and it all sounds the same, like the same script that you've heard other agents use? Now imagine you're a prospect and 20 people have all said the same thing to you. It almost ends up being like a banner ad. If you are old enough to remember what banner ads are, they used to pop up all over your fucking screen. Now you don't even recognize them because your brain it deletes them out. The human brain does three things. It generalizes, deletes, and distorts to conserve mental bandwidth and energy. It is a function of the brain. This is why people overgeneralize or make statements like, here, I'll give you a generalization I have. McDonald's is terrible. Why? I had one bad experience, and because of that, I can't go prove that's true by visiting every McDonald's. It would take me 10 lifetimes to visit every McDonald's in the world. Not that I'd ever be dumb enough to do that, but my brain conserves energy by making a label and a generalization saying all McDonald's are bad to conserve energy. So your prospects are going to do the exact same thing with you. They have one bad experience with one bad agent, and they lump you into that category. I hope that's making sense. Ruckstar, it's good to see you, buddy. Washington State, all right? So what's the best thing for us to draw? When you go into a sales call and you go into a prospect's house, you're sitting nose to nose, toes to toe, whatever, with them, or sitting in a chair. Let's make it 3D, just because I'm a bad boy. All right, so we got this 3D table. You're showing them the policy, all this stuff, or maybe you're on a Zoom screen. That's truly irrelevant, but you start to notice stuff on their wall, and your upline tells you to ask about the dog and the kids, and we're going to call that a dog, not a sideways baby. And so they teach you to ask about all this shit, and they have heard growing up, avoid the small talk. Salespeople are evil. They're going to come in and try to build familiarity and a connection with you. They're going to ask you about shit they don't really care. They know when you start asking these questions, like every other agent who has came before you and will come after you, you don't really give a fuck about any of that. And so they immediately lose respect. Now, the problem with this is the underlying behavior and why you should stop this. It costs you more deals than it will ever get you. Sure, it may get you some approval. It may get you people liking you, but you can't deposit being liked at a fucking bank. In fact, even if the loan officer likes you, they still will not give you a loan when you go in there. They will not help you one bit, simply out of liking you. And so you have to understand, this is a flawed model. Now, what causes this? What causes it? Playing safe. All right, we have, if you understand sociology, it's these many to one pressures. The environment is always influencing us humans' behaviors on a deep level. This is why the closing line that I love, does that sound fair? We as humans always want to be seen or perceived as fair by other people. We would like to believe that other people think we are fair. Because would you want to hang out with someone who's not fair? No, you probably would not want to hang out with someone who is an unfair person. They do things unfairly. They treat you unfair. They are unjust. In fact, if you know anything about Enneagrams, I'm tied, literally. The same number for 7 and an 8. I fucking despise, I hate injustice. This is why it's so easy for me to make fun of fucking dorks who go sell leads to insurance agents who know they're not going to have success with them long term or build a business with them long term. Okay? So this is a terrible construct of what you should, it's an accurate picture and depiction of what you should avoid, if at all, at any cost possible. Like, do not go in there to be liked. You simply need to go in there to be trusted enough to be perceived as the expert. I don't like a lot of experts, but the things they say are trustworthy. And so even if I don't like them, if what they say is true and I cannot dispute it, I'm going to have to go with them eventually. So because of sociology, we want people to like us so we're not socially ostracized or cast out or rejected. But all of those are social constructs we make in our head, okay? Because what happens is when you tell somebody, and if this is making sense, by the way, let me know. Comment like got it down below in the comments, in the live chat. Let me know where you're from if you just now tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I dropped some fucking gold for you guys. But the problem with this is you think other people are thinking of you. You think you know what they are thinking. This comes down to the biggest bitch of insurance sales. This. When you think you know what someone else is thinking of you, well, if I don't ask about the dogs, they're going to think I'm a dickhead. They're going to think I'm being a pretentious douchebag, coming here talking about money and death and all these weird non-dinner table conversations, right? And so we want to play it safe, but that actually you're making an assumption. You're making assumptions, and when you make assumptions, you make an ass out of both of us. Because when someone assumes, and this is what causes most agents to lose sales, is they make assumptions. They assume that because they filled out a lead form, that they want life insurance. Ooh, that's a big unlock for somebody. I really hope you unpack what I just said. If you have to, rewind it. But the reason most people lose sales or have any degree of miscommunication, and that's why policy sales get lost. Miscommunication. What you say is not what they hear. Okay, and I'll prove that in a second with the word love. Give me 1 second. But assumptions, you assume that they're thinking of you, when in all reality, their only thoughts are about themselves, me. We FM, their favorite radio station. What is in it for me? What's in it for me? That is the only thing they care about. But you think they are thinking of you, and because you can apparently read minds, you think they're going to judge you by not being nice, not being likable, and asking all these bullshit rapport questions that end up costing you the sale. Where else can we see this? Nice guys. There's a saying, it's called nice guys finish last. Why is that? Why is that? Because when you meet Susie Q, and remind me of the Peanuts, here, we'll just do this, we'll make a checklist. So, love, 3 words, peanut, sketch, comic, strip. And then we'll use the dating example right now. So you got Susie Q over here. Susie Q's a pretty girl, you like her, la, 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 la. So remember the first time you had a crush on a girl, whatever, go back, like, remember the time. So you saw Susie Q's curls and you just thought she was the cutest thing ever in the 4th grade and you wanted her to be your Valentine, but she liked fucking Tyler or something, I don't know. Tyler would bang his head on the wall and drink Monster Energies at the ripe age of 9 years old because his parents weren't fucking there. But you were a normal kid for the most part, right? So here's you. You even got your cool mohawk. If you were one of those kids. My mom sent me a picture the other day. I'm fucking sitting there with like a 4-inch guitar. This thing's fucking miniature. And I'm sitting there fucking, I'm rocking out with my guitar. I'm curious if I can find it. I'll show you real quick. It's funny as hell. Let's look at it. Someone's gonna laugh at this shit. We're gonna let that download real quick, and I'll show you all my beautiful faux hawk, whatever you want to call it. But you're sitting over here. You see her, and you go tell her how pretty you are and all this crazy shit. And this still happens today. There's grown men, and the problem with this is concealment. And I'll explain that here in a second, because your prospects are judging you based on you doing this unconsciously to stay safe and perceived as likable and nice. What happens is when you're not upfront and you have duplicitous behavior, even when you get older, these girls have been taught there's only one thing men want, and if you do anything but confirm that, they're going to judge you very harshly for it. If you conceal your intentions, and it's essentially like, it's very animalistic instincts humans have. Let's not beat around the bush. When it's always funny, because we know what they mean. This is one of those things, again, where there's what you say and then there's what other people hear. When you go tell, let's say you married a woman and you go tell her father, yeah, we're about to try for a baby. Dad understands what that means. I'm about to fuck your daughter. That is what that means. That is what a dad hears. That, like, are you picking up what I'm fucking putting down? There is, like, it's a concealment. It's a pleasantry. It's beating around the bush. It's sugarcoating something rather than calling it for what it is. When you start telling these girls, oh, you're so pretty, I would never treat you like that. Let's just go out for a day. Let's just have fun and see what happens. You know, like, this is why this guy puts on the back burner, and some dude who looks like fucking greased lightning, or the dude who dresses with the most, what is that fake diamond called? Diamond, I forget the fucking name of the fake diamond, but this dumbass down here who punches holes in the walls and has 14 baby mamas, and 2 of them live outside of gas stations, and his middle name is Elmo or some shit, and he has a record, and he looks dangerous, but he calls her names and he bullies her and he makes fun of her. Haha, that's why you can't drive. You curb your wheels. Why do these girls who know this guy has no good of intentions, but he doesn't conceal it, why do they choose them in their younger years to go have fun with, go party with, do whatever, fraternize, fornicate with? Like, why is that? Why do you think that is? They're not trying to conceal their behaviors. These people know what they want. And a lot of times, if you read a book, once again, called Neil Gaiman's The Strauss, Zirconia, yeah, I believe that's it. I don't know why I wanted to say diamante or some shit. Adamante. I'm pretty sure it's zirconia, so it fails the test. But they see this dumbass wearing fake chains, but she knows he's just trying to get in her pants. But here's the funny thing. She also knows he is just trying to get in her pants. But the problem is, he's too big of a coward to say why he's really going after her. Hey, I find you attractive and a potential long-term mate. That is what all humans do, right? At the core of our spinal cortex, like the four functions of any human, if you took out our prefrontal cortex or anything like that, if you just left the brain, like the spinal cord, like the brain stem or whatever, we'd essentially have the four F's. You'd have food, fight, flight, and fucking. Like those are the four core functions of any human. Okay, that is it. And when you try to pretend you want something other, I just want to be your friend and we just want to hang out. No, you don't. No, you don't. And so when a client hears that you're asking about shit they know you don't really care about, because why would you? Their worldview is strangers don't care. And so if you don't confirm that, that's actually hurting you. If you go in there with the intention of, hey, I'm not really trying to get in your wallet here, yes, I am. I'm going to help you make an informed decision today, and it's good for you, it's good for the economy, and it's good for your children, because I know what happens when you need this and don't have it, which is the only reason I fucking called you. Let's not pretend it's anything other than what the fuck it really is. That is the reality. And so the problem is we have this thing of concealment in today's world because of morality filters and shit like that, which is why you have to be okay with being judged. The greatest salespeople do not give a single fuck what anyone else thinks. They don't. They only care about how the prospect feels about them. And sometimes they're sociopaths, sometimes they're psychopaths, sometimes they're sociopathic psychopaths, like the Wolf of Wall Street. If he was in insurance, he does not give a fuck about the client. He only cares about what they need to hear to purchase something. That is it. That is it. Now, if you're a great seller, that buy or die mentality, it will fuck you long term, because clients will not want to do repeat business with you. In insurance, they have a free look back period. A lot of them will cancel. You'll get a charge back because there's no relationship being installed. It's not a long-term mutually advantageous relationship. It's a parasitic relationship. Okay? You have to understand this. This is a reality. Why do agents do it? Concealment. We make assumptions and we treat people like they're thinking about us, and we do things to stay safe so we don't have to reveal our true intentions. Because if I told you I wanted to sell you something, you immediately go into guard. And so a lot of marketing is about hiding the sales process and making it feel like your idea. When you go through a drive-thru, is there any concealment over the fact that food costs fucking money? No, there is not. And yet you're happy to go through, order what you want, and pay for it. So it's not that people hate feeling sold, it's that people hate being around people who misconceal their intentions, because we've all been taken advantage of, right? We all have. Think about the last time someone, if you've ever watched the show The Vikings, it's a fantastic show. She's like, Ragnar Lothbrok, have you ever been fooled by magic? Like, has no one ever pulled a magic trick on you? And he goes, I've never had someone trick me with magic. I've been deceived multiple times, but magic was never the cause of it. We've all been deceived, right? And that brings me to this. Speaking of Susie Q, we're going to leave her up there. So if you remember Charlie Brown and Lucy, we're going to call Susie Q, her new name is Lucy, right? And if you're getting this, say, like, got it in the chat. That way I know I'm making sense and you're taking away something from this. So you have Charlie Brown Got his little hat. You know what? He's a rock star. And he's got his brand new football. And what happens is, Lucy says, "Come here, Charlie Brown. I'll hold your football for you, and I'm going to hold it still, and you're going to kick it." Charlie Brown hears Lucy say this, and he goes, "Ain't no way in hell that I'm going to trust you to hold this football and you not pull it away from me when I go to fucking kick it. Like, what do you think? Like, I may have been born at night, but I wasn't born last night, right? Like, we've all been in this situation, right? Think of a time where someone told you they're going to do something, and you're like, what game are you playing here? Like, are you trying to pull a blindfold over? What do you mean you're going to hold the football and let me fucking kick it?" She goes, "No, Charlie Brown, I promise you, I will hold the football and let you kick it." So you know what? He gives her the football. She bends over. That's what she always does anyways. She gets on her knees. She puts the ball down on the ground. She goes, "All right, Charlie Brown, you come up and kick it." And so he runs over there. He tries, as soon as he goes to kick the ball, she pulls it away from him, and he falls on his ass. He's down on the ground. He says, "Really? You trifling bit." And Lucy goes, "I'm so sorry, Charlie Brown. I saw a speck of dirt on your new shoes, and I didn't want to get the football dirty. But I promise you, we'll clean them up, and I'm going to hold the football for you, and you can go kick it again." And he goes, "Hell no, bitch. You just tricked me. You just tricked me." And she goes, "No, I promise you, double promise you, this time." And because he's a simp, because he's a white knight, because he don't realize that, what's the song say? What does the song say about it? She don't want to be saved, don't save her. These hoes ain't loyal. Whatever that song is. That's some shit I heard like 12 years old at the school ball. I'm like, what do you mean these hoes ain't loyal? What? Who made this fucking song, bro? What happened to... what's that one song? It's to the left, to the left, to the right, now kick. That was my jam growing up. So, I don't know about you guys. I used to run out there. So if you ever seen the SpongeBob meme, it's like when the cha-cha slide comes on. Anyways, she convinces somehow to Charlie Brown that she's going to hold the football after she just tricked him. And so he gives her the football back, and he lines up. He goes, "All right, if she fucking does this one more time, there's going to be problems. Lucy, you're about to understand what domestic dispute really means, okay? If you don't hold this fucking football and let me kick it." He goes, "One more time. Do you promise me, double, pinky promise, swear on your life, cross your heart, hope to die with a cherry on top, that you will hold this football and let me kick it?" She goes, "Yeah, Charlie Brown, I promise, definitely this time." And what he does, he runs over there, and as soon as he goes to kick the ball, he falls on his ass again. And he just sits there, and he looks up at the thing, and he says, "Fuck, man. I'll let them trick me twice." Think about Lucy. Now, isn't that your client? Every time in their life, someone told them they would hold the football for them, for whatever metaphorically it resembles. "Hey, I'll hold the door for you. You know what? I'll get this one. I got your back. I'll be there for you. I'll help you when you move out, just like you helped me when I moved to my new house." And what do they do when it's time to load the moving truck? "Oh, you know what? Something came up." Someone promised to hold the football for them, and as soon as your clients went to kick it, they fell on their ass, and someone snatched the football away. So naturally, what is their assumption when they meet with you? Do they trust you enough to believe that you're really going to hold the football for them and let them kick it and score? Or do they believe that because everyone else has fucked them over in their life, that you will too? Right? Has that ever happened to you? Like someone told you they were going to do something and they did not fucking do it. It drives me nuts. It drives me insane. Like I want to... And so every time you talk to them about something that resembles a past experience, they immediately assume you're Lucy, and they feel like Charlie Brown who just fell on his ass. And so you have to do everything you fucking can to not resemble this. You can't look like it, you can't sound like it, you can't walk like it, you can't talk like it. Am I talking too fast? All right? So when you go in there and you're saying, you know what about the pictures on the wall? You sound like Lucy. When you go in there and ask them about shit they know you don't really give a fuck about, you sound like Lucy. When you go in there and you talk about price in the first 5 minutes, you confirm their suspicions. You sound like Lucy. And Lucy is not trustworthy. Every time Charlie Brown goes to kick the fucking ball, she has some different stupid excuse for why she pulled it away. Your shoes were dirty. You were running too fast. I didn't want you to kick my hand. Lucy, your prospect is Charlie Brown, and you have to do everything you can to not resemble Lucy. You have to sell them on trusting you to even hold the ball first before they can run up and kick it. Meaning, they have to trust you are there for the right intentions and you're actually going to do what the fuck you promised you were going to do. You are who you say you are. You're going to do what you say you're going to do. Your words are your honor. You are your words, right? Your words are your bond. You're only as good as your word. If they can't trust that, they know they're not going to run up and try to kick in the ball because you are going to pull it just like every other agent before you and every other agent after you. So if you go in there trying to play fucking Mr. Nice Guy, Captain Save-A-Ho, Mr. White Knight, I'm here to not sell you anything. I don't like salespeople. Bullshit. No, people love buying. People love being sold to. People hate people who can sell their intentions. People hate shitty salespeople who pretend they're not there to sell them something. Okay? This whole concealment thing, it's a nasty little fucker. Like when you go out to coffee shops or anything like that, do you feel as open with your barista or your server or your waiter or any of your non-business friends about the fact that you want to get rich as fuck and make money? Like, are you that open with them as you would be talking with me on a call? And the answer is probably not. And so the problem with this concealing behavior, this being a chameleon, trying to blend in, being familiar. We have a nose for bullshit. Like there's a quote that says, the nose knows. We can smell people's intentions from fucking 10 miles away. Okay? Like we know. A lot of the masterminds that I join, it's like 50 grand a year. You go in there and someone's already trying to fucking pitch you something. Like hold the fuck up, man. I paid 50 grand to be here for this year. In this program, I flew here on my own dime. And like you're trying to sell me into a different fucking program. But you're in the same program as I am, which means you're probably in the same space. How the fuck are you going to help me? Like this concealing behavior, you create a world, you create this artificial reality in your head, and can you make any progress there? No, it's not real. It's not real. And the problem with this is the only people birds of a feather flock together. You will find other fake motherfuckers, two-face, duplicitous people who say one thing, they put on a front, and they're completely something different. And so our job is to say, like, hey, you know what? I'm here to help you make an educated decision. That doesn't mean you sit there and go tell people verbatim, I'm going to sell you something. Like your job is not to trigger the fucking resistance. It's to show them how both of our interests are in alignment. I'm here to give you permission, which you already have a desire to do, which is protect your family. Let's not beat around the bush here. No, who's going to fucking refuse that? A dumbass who you don't want as a customer anyways? What person says, you know what? No, I don't want to protect my family. No one says that. You have to use human nature against humans. And for some of you, that is going to sound manipulative. Let's call it what it is. Let's not conceal it. It is 100% manipulation. Now, a lot of people, because they have a strong feeling about the word, they completely ignore the fucking definition. If you go look up the definition of manipulation, it says in there to handle something artfully or skillfully. Do you want to buy a car from someone who does not handle you artfully or skillfully? Like, what's up, bitch? Buy this car. Maybe some of you would like that. But if you tell me, what's up, bitch, buy a car, I'm beating you up in the parking lot. Like, as the children say, it's on site. And you throw up the gang signs at them. That's what fucking kids are doing these days. Where's my Burger King fucking hat? Right? That's what the kids are doing these days. You gotta say on guard. Or are they saying the fencing term, or are they saying on God? Let me know in the chat. Maybe my Gen Z slang is a little off. Okay? G-Train says pure gold again. Thank you. You sound just like Lucy. That's funny as hell. You guys, thanks for being here. If you're not subscribed, by the way, go ahead and subscribe. And in case any of you didn't know, I just launched my brand new book called The Lead Trap, Why Good Agents Lose Sales They Never Had a Chance to Close. You can go get that on Amazon right now. I'd love to earn your 5-star review. I will do anything I can to make it up to you. So if you have a problem or a complaint, something doesn't make sense, let me know so I can amend the book, make changes for everybody. So go get a copy of that. If you want to register for the upcoming pre-sold lead trap training, like go register for that. It's down in the description. And I'd love to see you there. It is August 1st. I'm going to teach you how to fire your lead vendor, never donate money to someone who wants to keep you stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck ever again, keep you broke like a joke, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and until there's a knock on the door one day and it's Peter and Paul talking about, I want my money today. All right, I heard Myron Golden say that one time on a video. Loved it. So there's that. Now, when it comes to concealment, there's another thing I wanted to talk about with you guys, which is there's what you say and then there's what the other person hears. Let me break that down. If you're in the chat right now, let me know if I asked you if you had to describe the word love with 3 words, what would your 3 words be? Type them in the chat right now. Type them in the chat right now. What 3 words would you use to define or describe the word love? Let me know what that would be in the chat, and I'm going to give you mine while this thing is catching up on the server. So type them in the chat real quick. I'm going to do like another 5 seconds. What 3 words would you use to describe the word love? So here are the 3 words I would use to describe the word love, which is Yahweh, which is, or my bad. Can't believe I misspelled that. Yahweh, which is what the oldest Bibles reference God as, or Adonai. Transparency, meaning you can see it for what it is. I don't like the word honesty. It implies you're leaving stuff out. But transparency, you're an open book. And trust. Now the thing is when I'm looking at Viral Visionaries Vibes, they said sacrifice, admiration, and giving. So the problem is, when I say love, I have my own interpretation of what resembles the word love. So when I say that, we two are talking about completely separate things. So Mason, what does this mean? Get to the point, bro. How you define your product and how you interpret things and what you're saying are completely different from what the prospect is hearing. When you say protection, they could have a completely different representation or picture in your head about what that looks like for them. And if you don't understand what that is, you have miscommunication. You're not on the same wavelength. You're not talking about the same stuff in their head, even though you use the same words. And so you have to find out, in the context of protection, what's important to you? What do you value most? Like, what is insurance? And it's an exchange of risk. And so, hey, I'm going to help you get a dollar for a couple pennies. Now, in this context of protection, where we're exchanging the risk, if your family security was someone else's risk, how much would that help you? Like, if you didn't have to risk anything, but a couple dollars, and someone else had to take care of all that, would that be beneficial for your family? What does that look like? What does that mean? So what does protection mean to you and your family? You have to get good at getting people to define their definitions and explain those to you so you have adequate understanding of what the fuck they mean. Someone can say they love you, or how would you show love? If I asked you, how do you show love? How do you receive love? Is it words of affirmation? Is it physical touch? Is it acts of service? Like, what is your love language? If you go do physical acts of service for someone who much rather prefers words of affirmation, it's going to be a disconnect. They're not going to feel love even though you think you're giving it. Someone just got a big unlock from that. I'm like, that's pure gold. Understand, miscommunication causes all of your lost sales. Once you're on the same page, you can make any fucking lead type work. I don't care, because the whole point of the conversation, guys, is not to be liked. It's to find out, do they have a problem I know I can solve? That is it. The whole goal of the thing is, does this person have a problem I'm qualified to solve? Now, there's only two types of problem in this world. There's things that people have and do not want, like HIV, or there's things they do not have, but currently desire. They currently want it. The beach bod, a beautiful family, a nicer house. Some people live in a trap house, and that's the thing they're trying to get out of. Some of you are in agencies. You want to get out. Some of you are in contracts, lead vendors, and ad agencies who don't have your best interest at heart. And you know it deep down. You're like, Mason, if only I had some way to generate my own leads, I would be happy to stop giving these motherfuckers money, right? So, does this person have a problem I'm qualified to solve? The only reason you wouldn't be confident going into a sales call is because you don't understand their problem, which makes you feel like you're not needed, you're not necessary. If you understood the extent of the problems these people are going to have when they need your help and need your product and don't have it, you would know what to say every single time on a call. You never worry about what to say. The focus is on this, not on you. All right? If you help enough other people get what they want, their problem solved, you'll get what you want, your problem solved. Other people will do for you what you cannot do for yourself. That is how the world works. Okay? This is literally why they give tax breaks to families, right? Because every rental property that you are renting out to somebody is a house the government doesn't have to pay for with government housing, Section 8, whatever. Every child you have, like, you're more at risk, you're more likely to help the community and make it a better place. Like, the government loves the nuclear family unit because it's less risk for them. Like, a beautiful big family is an insurance policy for the government because they're going to invest in infrastructure. They're going to help pay bills and pay their taxes and do all this shit. You have to understand. This is all a game of economics and numbers at the end of the day. All right? And so their job is to find leverage. How do you find leverage? What the fuck is going to happen when you need this and don't have it? That's the whole game, my dear friend. And then your sales pitches will be as strong as that fucking bicep. Be walking around jacked like fucking Mason Van Meter. All right? So the name of the game, does this person have a problem I'm qualified to solve? Mason, what happens if they don't? You bid them farewell. You wish them all the luck in the world on their journey of life. And you fucking move on. And a lot of people will respect you telling them, hey, you don't need this. Is it just a luxury you wanted? I've made probably over 100 sales just by that line right there. Hey, listen, you don't need this at all. It sounds like you guys are doing very well off. I'm sure you're very proud of yourself and your family. It sounds like you just wanted this as a luxury. Am I wrong? And there's been over 100 people who have told me, like, yeah, I just want, like, just sounded cool. Like, you'd be amazed at how many people will just go and buy the most expensive iPhone simply because they fucking want to. That is it. That is it. All right? I wish I had this fucking mohawk picture. Hey, babe. Can you send me my mohawk picture? My mohawk that my mom sent us. Send it to me real quick. All right, I love you. Such an amazing woman. I love her. But the whole point of the booking appointment, this is why I fucking hate one call closes, because you don't want it to turn into an education call. The purpose of booking appointments is to qualify them and make them feel educated. They don't need to know everything about insurance. They need to know they have a problem that necessitates a need for the product. Like, that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to sell the product. We're trying to sell a problem. Hey, something bad's going to happen to your family. Did you know you guys are on a plane with engines that just went out and you have no parachutes? You're like, oh my God, what do we do? What do we do? And you say, well, it's easy. I'm going to build you a parachute on our way down. Fair enough? And people will love and adore you for that. People will be raving fans for life. That's how you go from annoying pest to welcome guest. My dear friend. Okay? My gift to you. When you know what to look for, when you know what questions to ask, it is impossible to remain poor. Like, everything you want could all be yours if you had the words to say. Now, how you deliver those in what sequence determines the result you get. What question can I ask? How can I phrase it? How can I sequence it in a way? That's all strategy is. It's a series of steps or tactics in a deliberate manner. That doesn't mean step one, then step three. It means no, step one, step two, step three. How do I structure my sentences and syllables in a deliberate manner to get them to realize what I need them to realize in order for them to see this in the same perspective as me? How do I get them to look at the problem the same way as me? Okay? It comes down to you're a giraffe and your clients are turtles, right? Your clients are down here. They're this little turtle. Looks more like a fucking tortoise or something. Forgive me. And then you're a giraffe up here. I'm sure giraffes look a lot better than that. But they are some tall sons of guns. Like, Mason, what the fuck is this drawing, dude? What do you mean? What is this dude talking about? What is this crazy white man talking about? Turtles and fucking giraffes. All the turtle sees is the thick leaves and branches and all the trees and all that shit above them. But because the giraffe is taller, it can see things that the turtle cannot. So when the turtle says, hey, it's dark down here, all I can see is all this. Why? It's so green outside. Is it wrong? Is it wrong? No, two things can be true at the exact same time. Now the giraffe, it can of course lower its head down below. It can always lower it down here and look at what the turtle's fucking talking about. Like, you sound crazy, man. It's probably because you got short man syndrome, right? Little 4-foot manlet running around with junior whopper hands. And he takes little baby bites. Eat a fucking burger like a man. This bitch should be done in like 4 bites. What are you doing taking 20 bites out of a burger? What are you, a toddler? Anyways, when the giraffe tells the turtle, what do you mean it's green? It's blue as hell out here. It's blue. You don't see the beautiful sky? You don't see you don't see the sky? And there's a couple clouds, but that's really it. Who's right in that example? Nothing. The turtle, your clients, can only report from their perspective. Okay? Get that. Your clients can only report based on what their perception allows in their world model, like their model of reality, what they see. The problem is most of us trust our eyes too much. Don't trust everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. Senses can betray. There's a beautiful poem from Khalil Gibran, my favorite poet, and he talks about he'll know when he's home when he sees the mountain range. That's how he'll know when he's close to being home. And what happens is when he's coming back, when he's traveling back, he says, okay, we're almost home. There's the mountain. And his nose says, well, we can't be almost home. You're lying. I don't smell a mountain. In the hands, the senses, he goes, well, clearly you're both on crack, dude. Like I don't feel, I can't touch the mountain. And his ears say, listen, you guys are all fucking nuts, dude. Like you belong in a psych ward. We're not almost home. I don't hear a mountain. And so he goes, like, the mouth says, you know, the olfactory and gustatory, your nose and your mouth says, I don't taste a mountain. It's almost like, see the rainbow, taste the rainbow. Those old fucking commercials used to be wild, by the way. It's like how it feels to chew 5 gum. See a fucking porn commercial? What the fuck, man? But who's writing this example? Your turtle, your client can only report from their perspective. They've only seen the branches and the ugly parts of insurance. It's your job to move them to brighter pastures or clear the brush out of their way and open up their perspective. How do you do that? Show them what they've never considered. Find out why they believe what they believe and help them see a better scenario of where that belief is no longer true. Because the moment you show them information, their brain distorted, deleted, or generalized, they have a new experience which immediately reframes their belief and gives them new information to make better educated decisions. Better educated customers make better purchasing decisions. Show them what they have not seen, and they will do what they have not done. Okay? I've always admired my ability to turn a phrase really quick. Now the problem even with these people is, let's say this is you. This is you. There's always a level 2 to this shit. Here's me up here, fucking eagle, fucking flying up there, okay? I'm like, oh! I don't think eagles actually do that, but you get the point. So, what a beautiful eagle. And the eagle, I'm just coasting around, I'm saying, man, you guys don't understand how this wind feels up here. I'm just flapping around, I'm flying, I'm successful. Look at all these beautiful trees down here. I might make some babies in that one. Good, man, what are you talking about? It's cloudy up there. All you see is the clouds at this point, right? I'm saying, no, like, it's beautiful up here. People can only report from their perspective. And it's my job to get you to see all the things you're doing to play small and keep yourself safe, because you have no clue what the fuck success feels like. You have no clue what it feels like to walk around with $100,000 in the fucking bank, $1 million in the fucking bank. Because you think other people are thinking of you, so you play small, you conceal your behaviors, so you don't get rejected from people whose lives you wouldn't even fucking trade places with. Belief and exposure are the most powerful tools you can give your clients, as I could give you, all right? To help you see things you omitted, to keep yourself safe. The brain always does things to keep you safe. You are in your current life in reality now because it's keeping you safe. It is the path of least resistance, right? It's the path of least resistance. The brain works on the principle of the law of conservation of energy. Objects will naturally take the path of least resistance. Think about it. Water flows in the path of least resistance. It will go where it has to do the least, and it's flexible. It's malleable to the environment. The environment shapes it. Humans, we are what, 76% water? Why would we be any different? Why would we be any different? So I want you to think. How do I purposefully shape myself? How do I purposely put myself in an environment where I can help my client see through the brush, and I can help myself break through the clouds of my glass ceiling and get up here, hang out with Mason? Hang out with all the people who believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself. That should be your job, right? So that's all I got for you, my dear friends, today. I hope this was extremely valuable. As always, it is an immense honor to hang out with you. If you haven't got subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you check the description down below, I have my new book, The Lead Trap. Go check it out. It is a fantastic read, 179 pages, just fucking raw dogging value. If anything, I'm like, I know you're gonna fuck me when you buy that book for a measly $14.99 or whatever the fuck it cost. Dave's already got a copy. Thank you. Make sure you leave a fantastic review. And then there is a link to a training workshop I am doing August 1st, live on Zoom. Yours truly, the greatest to ever do it in this industry. I'm gonna help you do the exact same thing. So I truly love you all. I wish you all the luck in the world on this journey of insurance sales and entrepreneurship and learning more about yourself and ultimately success. I wish you all the luck in the world. I will see you on the next one, my dear friend. By the way, if you need help with any lead generation stuff, I'm taking on 1 or 2 more clients. You can message me on Instagram. Just message me the word leads. I'll know you watch this video. If you want me to come into your business, generate you a couple hundred leads a month for you to go make sales. Love you. Keep being awesome. I'll see you on the next one.